Good morning, everybody. A very, very warm welcome back to another live stream, back to back, Monday and Tuesday. I don't normally do that, but I am going to be traveling from tomorrow, so needed to come on back to. I was only going to do one stream, but then I thought, no, I only did one stream last week, so coming back straight back on after the next day. So probably not too much has changed from a trading point of view. But to be fair, there was some moves yesterday. Obviously, it was a Monday, so it's early in the week. So we're gonna go through the charts again because the trades that we looked at yesterday on the dollar, particularly, were moving quite nicely. So I want to touch on that in a little bit of detail, of course, and answer any questions. Maybe we'll do today a little bit more of like a Q&A sort of session, and I can provide another update on the mentorship and courses and stuff like that. So good morning to everybody, and thank you very much for joining. So yeah, if you do have any requests or any markets you want me to cover today, then do let me know. The reason as well, obviously, that I'm coming on back to back is because, you know, promised the giveaways, of course, and we are still doing that today. So another round of 6 winners. We've got 3 lots of $10,000 Atmos funded challenges to give away, and also 3 lots of 50% deposit bonuses into Taurex. Now, the winners from yesterday have all claimed their prizes. I do apologise if you've not been credited just yet. Normally we credit on the same day. However, it was UK bank holiday yesterday, and the guys who were moderators in the channel were away. I believe they're back today, so you'll have your accounts credited, no problem at all. So just bear with me on that one, and I'll get that done for you. And other than that, we're going to be looking at not really anything fundamental as such. Someone asked on my X channel to see if I could cover anything in terms of market psychology, which I've actually got a really good thing to show you, an update. If you was on my stream a couple of weeks ago, you would have known that I've been building a lot size calculator, which you can basically put directly onto your account. Is my mic coming through a bit too loud, guys? Just want to know. I'm getting like the red thing on my mic, and I don't know if I'm speaking too loud or whether I need to turn my mic down. I don't know if I'm shouting at you or not. Let me know in the comment section, please, guys. Is my mic okay, or is it too loud? If so, I'll change it now. It happens, these things happen. Seems a bit loud to me. Turn it down a touch. 4. Let's put it on 4. How's that? Hello. Yeah, that's better. All right. Maybe it's just my OBS telling me. It was telling me to be quiet. Maybe it's just telling me to get off the stream. Anyway, let's just go through the chat now and just say good morning to everyone who's decided to join me back to back, which is amazing. Thank you very much. I do appreciate the support on the channel and the people dropping comments and likes, etc., and sharing this with your friends. I do really appreciate that. Then Mumis, hello to you. Harris, we're good to see you. We've got Mark back in the stream. Crick Mila, one of our giveaway winners. We've got Curtin. Hello to you, Curtin. Good to see you. Cask Oko, hello to you as well. Smarty on the stream, as always. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you're doing well on this Tuesday morning. Who else have we got? We've got Valzan, we've got Piyush, one of our winners as well. VR Copy, hello to you. Faisal, Nong Hill, we've got Easton on the stream as well, as always. Good to see you, Easton. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for joining today. We've also got Anong, we've got Brett's back. Brett is back. The double B. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining today. Hardo, we got on the stream as well. Just reading some of the comments. Yeah, there was a bit of an issue before I went on the stream. I forgot to activate the live draw. So the people who commented before you saw the disclaimer when I came live, if you could just comment again, so it allowed you to the draw now. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Who else? We've got Patrick on the stream as well. Sintessa, we've got Shubham. Kurtzen, good morning to you, sir. Smarty, your analysis is accurate, Connor. We are entered into uncertainty and volatility before CPI and NFP. Yes. Did you notice the move that we saw after the Powell speech on Friday? That imbalance that was caused, that big move, we retraced 75% of it yesterday. We called that yesterday, so that's really, really good. Hopefully some people managed to benefit from that. That would be great if you did. Do let me know. Angzari 34, Tariel, hello to you, good to see you. Eporas Only Elder, hello to you as well, good to see you. My views on Bitcoin, could it go back to 120k? We'll take a look at Bitcoin. No problem, I'll take a look at that for you. Candela FX, MDZ, hello to you as well. And thank you to everyone else who's joining. I know it's a back-to-back stream, but there we go. So just quickly on that, if you wanted to keep up to date with my travels, tomorrow I'm heading to Bangkok for our Atmos event, which is fantastic. If anyone is in the stream and is going to be in Bangkok, you're more than welcome to come to the event. I can send the details on the live chat. Because I won't be streaming on YouTube as such, pretty much all of my updates will be probably via Instagram. So if you want to give me a follow and give Atmos a follow on there, then feel free to do so. I'll drop the link in the chat section now. There you are. If you want to drop me a follow, and you can see my journey on the. We're doing a big talk on the stage. It's a big event, activities and stuff. It's going to be amazing. So if you are around there, drop me a message, and we can connect on there at the event as well. What else we got? We've got gold. Gold, yeah, I can take a look at gold, of course. Did anything happen really with gold yesterday? I don't think it was a massive. Oh, look at that. Dollar yen. Dollar's moving really nicely, guys. Really, really nicely. Look at our GU trade as well. Where is it? GU. Oof. Look at that. Textbook. Some really good trades. Also the scale in trade that I tagged yesterday. I didn't place it because obviously I'm already in GU, as you well know from last week. I'm already in GU as a sell. But that was a really fantastic sell up at this supply zone and the grab of this liquidity. This is like textbook SMC trading. That's running. If I just traded that, I don't care about the flash sale. Get away. Where's the short position? So many opportunities. Even that re-entry was a 9-to-1 trade. Amazing. Which just goes to show that sometimes if you don't get into the initial trade, it does quite often come back and give you another chance at some point. It doesn't always, but it's always worth staying on the chart and marking. Yeah, you may not get your ideal entry, but you can see that if, for example, I hadn't placed the one which was here already, you could have scaled in here and would have currently been at 9-to-1 risk reward, which is obviously a fantastic return on your trade. And the trade we tagged yesterday, which was just not really, it wasn't probably the best entry in the world, but it still made sense. This is sort of when you're in a trade which is winning, it's important to scale into that trade, and that's currently running at 2.7-to-1 as well, which is fantastic. Chart before breakfast, yeah. Nice one. Hello to you, Fatai. Good to see you, mate. P movies, hello. Gold is very volatile at the moment. Yeah, look at the markets are moving. It's getting into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the best days to trade. So yeah, really happy with some of the analysis that we had. And I have a little bit of a rule with myself that, do you know, when everyone is in one direction about a market, often you find that's the time to go against. Because you've got to think about the hierarchy of who gets access to, like, trends, should we say. The big guys at the top, they're the ones that get the news before anyone else. They're the ones who get into the moves before anyone else, right? They're the ones who move the market. I'm talking big banks, institutions. Then you got your professional traders, fund managers, that sort of thing. They also are able to have access to information quicker than us, and also are able to get into trends quicker than us. So when you think that when news gets trickled down into the retail trader, by that point, you're probably too late. And actually, you're probably likely to see the reverse. And that was one of my theories on the US dollar, which seems to be working out okay at the moment, is I can guarantee when this move happened on Friday last week in the dollar, everyone was down on the dollar. Sell dollar, sell dollar, sell dollar, sell dollar. I wasn't. I was not like that at all. Just reading some of the comments still. USD CAD, yeah, we can take a look at USD CAD as well. I know some people were looking for buyers on USD CAD. I like this. I actually think that potentially the dollars this is looking really good. I would love it if we could see a full reversal and a close above 98. That represent another breaking structure. But as I've mentioned before, when you look at the daily time frame, this is the main thing for me. The downward channel that was created back in February, so pretty much the whole year of downside, you can draw that trend line really easily. Anyone can do that. And as I say before, I'm not like a trend line trader, but it's hard to ignore the fact that back in July, early July, we had a breakout of that channel. And then when you zoom in on this, you can see that we created that higher low. After the higher low, we had a break in structure. To me, this now looks like we're creating the next higher low, and the confirmation of the trend change comes, I think, when we break above 100 or 100.3, i.e. this high. When we see that, we look for that, and then we trade this up. And then we start to tap into the imbalance that was created throughout the year. So that's really what a lot of my bias on the dollar has stemmed around. It stemmed around that daily time frame, looking at those like key signals that we're going to see at trend shift. And to me, it makes sense with the fundamentals as well. As I explained yesterday, I won't go into detail on that again. As you all know, that's the sort of thing that I'm looking for. So I'm just reading some of the comments here. Darlington Victor, this money, can I use it to trade and make profit, and I can withdraw it? Yeah, if you deposit into a brokerage account, it's your money to trade with. You can withdraw it, and all the profits are yours. Of course, it's your money. If you were to trade with a prop firm, then you can withdraw the money, but normally the prop firm takes 10-20% of the profit, and you keep 80% of the profit. But obviously with a prop firm, you have access to larger capital. VR Goppy says everything looks good on the higher time frame. When we go on the lower time frame, it's so noisy. Yeah, and also the lower time frame sucks you in, I think, and it makes you forget what really is happening, which is why I'm a big advocate of always looking at the higher time frame just to see what the true trend is telling you, because you won't be able to get that on a 5-minute chart. I'm telling you, you will not be able to get that. So just an update on that trade there. As I said, still very much holding GU as a sell, and yeah, hopefully we can continue in a good way on that trade. So any updates on that, even when I'm away, I'll make sure I update you on the Discord channel as and when I can. And when I come back on the stream next week, I'm sure the markets would have moved a lot by then, and then we can take a deeper look into that. So not really going to be placing any more dollar trades today, but just letting you guys know that my opinion on that remains what it was yesterday, and that is that I'm looking for some dollar longs. Okay, looking at gold. Nice volatile, lots of volatility on gold, actually. When was that? What was that candle? 1 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, what was that? What was that caused by? What time was that? 1 a.m. Anyone know? Anyone help me out? Stock rally pauses as a Fed uncertainty lifts yields. I'm looking at roughly the time when that happened. Ah, it was the Lisa Cook stuff. Ah, yes. I saw that. Oh, Trump. Yeah, this one. The dollar pared most of its losses as Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook said she won't resign after President Donald Trump move to oust her. He's on a rampage, and he's trying to get rid of everyone. Difficult one with that, because I don't really know how much power he's got into. Obviously, he's got the power, but can he legally do that? Can he do that? I know maybe he can't do it to Jerome Powell, but I believe that with the Federal Reserve, with the FOMC members, I think maybe the story's a little bit different. Trump's moves adds to the negative sentiment towards US assets after his tariff war and widening deficit revived a Sell America theme that earlier this year Wall Street questioned US exceptionalism. Traders have been seeking alternatives to the dollar. Yeah, that's true. Trump's announcement came after the US Department of Justice indicated it planned to investigate Cook following a criminal referral from the Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Powell alleging she may have committed mortgage fraud. Jesus. Cook said Trump has no authority to fire her and she won't quit. Cook's lawyer, Abilal, said they plan to take whatever actions are needed to prevent Trump's illegal action. I don't really think... I agree with what someone just said in the chat there. That whole move might be reversed. And you can see that's sort of happening now. Would have liked to see more of a liquidity sweep on this high, though. That sort of makes that a bit irrelevant. Fair value gap's now irrelevant. Bit messy, to be honest with you. We're stuck in the middle of the range, or the middle of this move, essentially. I mean, it just goes to show that there is still uncertainty around. That sort of thing is what puts me off, like dollar longs. Because the reason the dollar fell so dramatically is because of the people are seeking alternatives, because of the credibility issue in the US now with Trump going at everyone, tariffs and threatening to fire people and stuff. It's just not a good look, to be honest with you. So you could look for where this move came from, which is sort of sitting around here. There's a couple of things you could do there. You could either, I'm just thinking, I could either sell that down as the reversal, or we could use this, and it's not my favourite trade in the world, but I think that there's always support coming in for gold, right? So I don't mind being on the long side more often than not. And there may be some support coming in from where that move started, because it was quite a big impulsive move. So we can class this as an order block. I don't mind. I don't like the reason behind the order block. I think, as I said, I believe this move might be reversed, but there could be some support coming in here. And the main thing is for me, when I look at a trade, I always think, is there a good chance of getting 1-to-1 out of it? Because if I get 1-to-1 out of it, when I close half the position, it means that even if my trade hits my stop loss, then I've got out of the trade with no loss. So it's not the end of the world for me. And I think that this is the sort of thing that I could see us having at least a 1-to-1 out of. So that would be my play for today. So we'll keep an eye on that one to see how it gets on. In fact, we can even test it. That was Financial Juice, Adolphus. Financial Juice. So maybe try that out. I can actually show you, now this is a perfect opportunity to actually show you the new risk manager tool that we've built, me and, well, I won't actually take the credit for it. It was my coder who's built it for me. But it's going to be available to Taurex clients and Taurex clients only. It's a lot size calculator. We spoke about it in a couple of streams ago. It was in its first, we've only done a couple of versions of it, and I imagine that we'll continue to improve it. But some of the feedback that we got from the chat, which was great, was that people wanted to click and drag their stop loss rather than having to keep typing it in. Well, you can now. So if I just show you an example using the dollar trade, the gold trade that I just marked out there, If I can find gold. Any danger? There it is. Drag gold over to here, right? What was I on? The 15-minute time frame. Okay, so let me show you how it works. That's the chart you just saw on my trading view. Obviously, when you come to execute on MetaTrader 5, what you want to do is, well, for me, I like to risk 1% on a trade which is under 1 hour. So I'm risking 1%. So you make sure that on the mode at the top, you have risk-based lot, which means I can then risk 1%. Yeah. I then want to set this as a pending order. So I see where that blue line is. It's just popped up. I can double click that and move that pending order to where I want to enter, which is there. Click and drag the stop loss to where I want my stop loss to be, right? And then click and drag the take profit to where I want the take profit to be. You've also got the opportunity to do double take profits. Okay, I only want to do one take profit. So you can then see it actually puts in the entry price for you. So when I then come to scroll up a little bit and I click risk 1%, just double check, and I click buy, just wanted to check that worked. You can see the entry has gone down here. I actually get a little pop-up on my screen, but you can't see it. And it's risk 1% for me. Well, I think so. Maybe not. There we go. Now it's risk 1%. So you can see actually how that works. And you can do that with pending orders, or you can do that with market orders. And this is going to be available to Taurex clients. So you can actually see that coming in. How long have I been with Taurex and Atmos? So I actually was with Taurex back in 2019, 2020, going into 2020. And then I'll just tell you, I left Taurex to go to an educational company where I learned quite a lot and stuff. So, and then I came back to Taurex as the head of trade and education here globally. So that's what I'm doing now, heading up the education and market analysis department. Obviously, Atmos is broker-backed by Taurex, so it's owned by Taurex essentially. And obviously, I'm a big prop trader myself, so so I've been with them now since November last year, and then relocated from the UK to Dubai at the end of January this year. So I've been in Dubai for about 7 months now. So yeah. Yongwit says, see you in Bangkok. Fantastic. Love that. He is an SMC trader. Yeah. So, okay, look. I trade using smart money concepts. I think that's obvious. I like them. ICT, SMC, for me, is the same thing. ICT is the guy who invented SMC. Amazing trader, by the way. Amazing mentor from all accounts. He didn't mentor me. I just have a slightly different opinion when it comes to the sort of cult behind SMC, should we say. So I do this professionally, so I know all the different ways in which you can trade. I personally prefer SMC, and it's not because I believe that banks are out to hunt your liquidity and stuff like that. I'm telling you now, guys, it's not a thing. All right, that doesn't happen. The big banks and institutions, they don't care where our stop losses are. However, the concept as a concept works, and that's fine. Like other concepts work. I don't believe that SMC is better than indicator trading or better than chart pattern trading. I know good swing traders who have made a lot of money and they just place long-term swing positions based off of a daily pin bar candle, right? So I think it's important to manage people's expectations. When you talk about SMC, there's people get quite like, I don't know, there's like an emotional cult behind it. I always say to people, you can follow the SMC concepts that I use if you want. I also have 3 very mechanical based strategies that use indicators and simple candlestick patterns, which I've built EAs for, which are going to be in the academy, right? So I do a bit of both. The SMC part is something I enjoy, and I always say to people that when it comes to deciding what you want to do in terms of what strategy you want to use, concepts you want to use, pick the one you enjoy the most, because what makes a good trader isn't necessarily the strategy behind him. There is an element of that, of course, 20% of it, I'd say. 80% of it comes from how they deal with their emotions, how they risk manage their trades, and their market psychology, and their knowledge as well of things that are going on outside of their MT5 charts. What's going on in the world? What's the narratives fundamentally? That's what I believe makes a good trader, not necessarily because there's a liquidity sweep on the daily time frame and the big banks are going, oh look, there's this liquidity sweep. I'm gonna go and stop them all out and go in the other direction. Really? Come on. Amazing mentor indeed. Yeah, amazing. Please organise tomorrow. I'm not going to be live tomorrow, IQ babe. I'm going to be I'll be live next weekend because I'm travelling to Bangkok for the prop event. Yes, Harris. Yeah, I've tried out other prop firms. Fun story for you. I was owed $7,000 in payouts from my Forex funds, and they got shut down. And that's why I would never go to a prop firm that isn't backed by a regulated broker or regulated entity. I didn't know that at the time. And I'm sure most people didn't know that. But I got stung by it. People I know got stung a lot worse by it, but I myself was owed $7,000 in payouts for about 3 months worth of trading, and I didn't withdraw. And normally I'm someone who takes money out each month. For some reason I decided I was on a certain thing where I wanted to build up the account and the profits in there, because I was doing a fixed risk percentage. So the more the more capital I had in there, the more I was making per 1%. And I got done big time. So I'd never ever go to a prop firm that isn't backed by a regulated entity, a broker that's regulated in multiple entities. Yeah. Atmos is really backed by Taurex. I'm sitting in the Taurex office now. I'm in my own office in here, and Taurex are regulated globally, different entities. So Atmos has that regulation essentially as well, right? Yeah, and that's going to be that's going to be the case for sure for prop firms. There's so many, of course, now because it's very popular, and I understand the popularity of it. It's what made me actually potentially earn some money from trading, was because I didn't have 100k to put into a trading account. I was 22 years old, 23 years old, didn't have 100k to put into a trading account, but I trusted my strategy. I knew I had something good, so I did start doing some prop firm challenges. Still to this, by the way, still to this day, there's prop firm challenges that I would fail, because my strategy, I know I've back tested it, especially the ones on the EAs and stuff. And over the last 4 or 5 years, there's always a period of drawdown in anyone's strategy, and that period of drawdown can be anything from 10%. In other cases, people who trade on brokerages can have drawdowns of up to 35%. You think on a prop firm, you only get 10% buffer, right? I know that my strategy over the last 5 years, I believe that we worked out that over that time period, if I was trading it, I would have probably blown 10 prop challenges in that time. But it doesn't matter, because my strategy in the times where it was making money would have made more than enough to cover the reinvestment into buying another challenge. And that's what people need to realize. Sometimes if you blow your prop challenge, that if you know your strategy inside out and you know your drawdown, you know that's completely normal, right? 10% draw, a max 10% drawdown on a strategy that over 5 years of data, and you have a max DD of 12%. It's very, very good, and you will blow prop accounts still. Yeah. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. The way that I manage drawdown now is by, well, it genuinely doesn't affect me. One of my strategies, one of my main mechanical based strategies, which is a really simple strategy, which I have really sophisticated EA for. This year, or I say this year, probably from May to July, maybe even a bit earlier, 3 months, let's say, it made nothing. It was just constantly losing. 3 months. When you say that to people, it doesn't seem a lot of time, but you sit through that. You sit through that 3 months. So how did I manage it? Well, I knew that was normal because I'd looked at the back-tested results of my strategy, and over the past 5 years, there's quite a few occasions where it doesn't make money over 3 months, over 6 months in some cases. Because I already know that, my expectations aren't too high, so I know, okay, we're in that period, it's not making money. But my results tell me that that's not something that would last a long time. Okay, should it start to last 1 year, 2 year, then your strategy needs to be refined. But for right now, 3 months where I don't make money on one strategy, it doesn't bother me because I know that the back-tested results have told me that that is completely normal. Where can you check the mechanical-based strategies? They will be available in the course, which I'm recording at the moment, which is going to be like a beginner to advanced course, should we say. And one module is dedicated purely to strategies. In those strategies, I've got 3 like strategies that I've got EAs for, or one of them is fully built and the other 2 are just being optimized now. And then, of course, the smart money concept way of trading, which is like it's like my bit of fun, to be honest. It's like the way of trading, which is is more subjective. There's more opinion in it for me. Sometimes it's a bit like what I feel fundamentally, like when you see with the dollar. So that's going to be in there as well, so you can learn that way. And I do have like a checklist, of course, for SMC. I actually call it the FLIDS method, which is like FLIDS. So fundamental, liquidity, imbalance, demand and supply zones. So I can try and check those checklists off, those components off. And Smarty, listen, in the course, obviously the first module is an introduction. The second module is getting set up on a demo account. The third module is risk management. I teach risk management before any piece of technical analysis. So I've got 6 or 7 video lessons on market psychology and risk management before you even look at what liquidity is, before you even look at what a moving average is. When you look at other courses, they do technical analysis first, then they do risk management. But I don't think that's the right way to learn. I really don't. So that's why I flipped it, and I do risk management first in this course and technical analysis second. And then module 6 out of 7 is the strategies module, where you'll get access to the strategies. The EAs will be available to people at an extra price, I think. That's something that still needs to be sorted out. But at the moment, I'm just in the middle of building it all, and we've just had confirmation of the editing. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the course should be fully edited and launched within probably 6 to 8 weeks. All right? Okay, guys. Oh, what's happened to the dollar? A little bit of a drawback. What's my oil trade doing? Let's have a look. Oil. Yeah, look at oil, baby. Oh, I love it. Love it. Really nice. I don't think I'd be able to trade without having this way of doing it as well. Like, because I find this enjoyable. Like, spotting that all trades are different. Like when you trade like SMC, or like when you trade fundamentals and stuff like that. For me, it just keeps a bit of enjoyment into it. I think I would get really, really bored if I was just following the mechanical based strategies only. And also, I'm pretty good at this way of doing it, so I like to keep this as well. So yeah, this oil, sorry, just to go back, this oil trade at the moment is working out really, really nicely indeed. I like this a lot. Still like the idea of maybe rescaling into this trade at 63. I'll see how I feel. Probably going to be too busy from tomorrow, so I might just leave it. I've got my trades on oil and GU, and I'm happy with that. Stock market yesterday, you can see that all of the Friday Powell speech move is starting to be retraced. Not so much on the stock market in comparison to like the US dollar, but you can see that's starting to happen in the stock market as well. But as I said yesterday, definitely more bullish on the stock market. Bitcoin. Oh, here we go. Bitcoin just tagged in. Okay. Well, I mean, I like it. Really nice rejection wick as well. Really nice candle that is. Love to see an engulfer on this 4-hour close as well. Russia, Ukraine still in conflict, and that supported oil. Yeah, that's something that will rumble on, I think, for longer than people think, which could support oil prices. That's definitely not going to be a plain sailing thing. Never is, to be honest. Don't overtrade, yes, for sure. So I'm just reading. Latin says you were short on EU and blew 2 accounts on Friday. I'm sorry to hear that. Why? Did you blow 2 accounts? Did you over risk your trade? Did you write it in your journal? Because you actually got the direction right, but maybe you scaled in a bit too aggressively. Do I believe in month-end flows? Yeah, I do. A lot of hedge funds will close and take profits towards the end of the month, get their bonuses. So that is a thing. There are month-end flows in terms of profit taking. Difficult to trade it, I think, because it's normally really short, really aggressive, and really random, and normally happens like around closing time of the markets. So that's something to factor in this week as well, because we have got month-end flows coming for sure. Definitely believe in that. The movement is thinking a 108,400 buy for Bitcoin. We pretty much already tagged in there. So when I look at the 4-hour chart, the reason I don't necessarily agree with you, and you probably see something different to me, and that's fine, is you see this price action in here. That's all balanced. There's no imbalance in there. So don't see how, if we were to trade down into this area, I think we'd probably, if we do trade back into 108.4 and here, we're probably going to be coming down and filling this imbalance from what I see. So when I look at the, look. I'm actually thinking as well, like, probably sensible for me to actually move my stop loss to that area. But I'll keep the original trade on there so we can see the risk reward. But I have been tagged in, so I'm hoping that the 4-hour candle closure here is above the body of this candle. Vorzen wants me to look at US 30. We're going to do the live giveaway in a second, guys. The next lot of giveaways. US 30 is on that sort of like low volume retracement from Friday's Powell speech. Really difficult. Really, really difficult. Because you could have looked for a break and retest. That hasn't worked. So do we wait for the moment where this move started on the hourly time frame, like here? This is a nice tight order block from where that move started. Is that a gap in there as well? Have we reacted from there? Where's that gap? Yeah, no, probably. I'd probably, that's what I'd probably do on US30. Maybe set yourself and well, you probably don't even need to set an alert. Something that looks like this. My confidence in this trade is like a 3. I think any time the stock market gives you an opportunity to buy the dip, it's more often than not a good thing to do. Not always, of course, but the reason I like this level is because if I look underneath it, if we do come and take out this low, it probably means we're coming down at least to here, and I wouldn't put my stop loss there because my risk reward would be rubbish. I'm probably down to my original area, down at 44. Yeah, I've always got patience to wait. I don't mind coming on the stream and not even placing a trade. The RR was really nice here as well. Yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, this is probably like a, what's it, on the 1 hour time frame. So, yeah, but 0.5 to 1% trade for me on that. My risk management is always daily 4 hours, 2%. Anything underneath that is maximum 1%. If I do trade on like the 5 minute or the 15 minute, which isn't very often, then I'd lower my risk even more to like 0.5%. Because I've seen what scalping can do. It's not nice. Not nice at all. All right then. I think that just about covers it, doesn't it? We'll do the giveaway, shall we? 177 entries today. Just to let you know, up for grabs today is three. I'm going to type this in the chat. 3 lots of Atmos funded challenges. 3 lots of 50% Taurex deposit bonuses for the winners. If you do win, there's a couple of ways in which really you can claim. What I've always said is I need you to drop your Discord username or your X handle on the chat section. I know that hasn't been, that sometimes isn't, people can't do that because maybe they're not on the stream at the time. Like, I don't mind if you reach out to me on Discord or X, but I need to see proof, a screenshot of your comment on the YouTube channel so I can verify the 2 usernames. Otherwise, I can't verify you. I know someone did that yesterday. I don't mind if that's the case, but I do need to see a screenshot. Smarty, you will be on the list. You'll be on the list. What's your username? Everyone gets put in the list. There you are, see? You're there. I could tick you off it. I wouldn't do that, I'm only joking. Okay, right, so the first winners of the we're going to do the Atmos funded challenges first. Very best of luck to those who are involved. The 3 winners of those are Fatai. Fatai, you've won the first Atmos funded challenge. Well done to you, sir. I hope good start to the week. Great start to the week. Also, Lingo is our second winner. Well done to you. And our third winner of that is Mr. Chu. Congratulations to you 3. You have won 10,000 Atmos 2-step challenges over at Atmos. So yeah, reach out to me or drop your usernames in the chat section, and I'll be more than happy to credit you with those accounts. And the people who won yesterday, they may have already been credited. I've not been on Discord, I've been on live. If not, I'll chase up after this stream finishes. Amazing stuff. The Taurex winners We've got want a Porsche, want a Porsche 911. That's an unbelievable username. I love seeing the usernames, they make me laugh. Well done to you. Maybe you'll get one with your 50% deposit bonus. We've also got Kingo Flanker Matrix. Hello to you. You've just won your 50% deposit bonus since Taurex. Please reach out to me to credit that. And Riven X as well is our 6th winner. So well done to you. Well done to you, Mr. Chu. Yes, congratulations to you. Well done. Amazing stuff. Those winners, look, if you weren't a winner, then next week we'll be doing the same thing. We'll be back to doing the 2 lots of so we're doing 20k per stream, still pretty big. If you can, drop me follows or share on X the giveaway tweets every Friday, and get more people onto the streams. The more people we can get onto the streams, the more giveaways we can have. Subscribers to the channel get double the chance as well. So this isn't like a one-off for today. We'll be back again next week. So keep an eye out on the Discord channels, the Atmos and Taurex ones. Links in the description. But also on my X account as well, we'll be tweeting the. Do you call it tweeting anymore? Posting the next lot of giveaways for everyone. So don't worry. Okay. Amazing stuff. Winners, reach out to me and I'll credit you with those accounts. Drop me a follow, as I said before, on Instagram for updates on the event. If you are around in Bangkok, reach out to me and we can connect. But if you want to know what's going on and what I'm up to, drop me a follow there. That's where I'm going to be posting most of my stuff. Until then, guys, I hope everyone has a good trading week, and keep an eye out for the stream schedule, which will be posted on Friday. And until then, trade well, trade safe, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.